Hello, I'm Harry Hemingway. On today's show we'll be seeing poppies commemorating those who died in the First and Second World Wars.
I'm Kate Troy and we'll find out if Manchester's student accommodation is setting high standards for the future.
I'm Matt McGladdery. In sport, Blake Sally speaks at the Rugby Football League's move to Salford.
And I'm Andy Watson. In music, there's a surprise in store for this year's Park Life Festival.
And welcome to Quays Friday First,
the programme which brings the best of Quays from the last week. Now first today, we're used to seeing poppies commemorating those who died in the First and Second World Wars.
But one Manchester gardener who hopes a more dainty white flower will help us remember them. Hannah Smith reports.
Manchester is in bloom. The National Trust planted thousands of snowdrops last September that are now finally making an appearance to mark the centenary of the First World War. But why snowdrops?
Snowdrops were chosen because they were planted during the war alongside war graves to remind soldiers of home. They're a symbol of hope and peace, and importantly they come back every year. So if you planted poppies, they would flower for 1 year and then not come back again, whereas the snowdrops will come back and actually multiply by themselves, and eventually we'll get these huge carpets of white across the city.
An installation at Manchester Art Gallery is drawing in the public. I found out what they thought.
It is pretty amazing. It's a really nice tribute. I think it's been done pretty tastefully, you know.
Yeah. You are used to poppies and the red, the colour of red, whereas white's different, it's calmer.
Snowdrops are they're happier, I think, and they're nicer to look at, and it's just, I think it's made the whole building look really nice, actually.
It's beauty, isn't it? And with the backdrop of all that death and carnage and everything, it's good to see something good out of something that's horrible, really. So.
Here at Manchester Art Gallery is just one of the many places where members of the public can see all of these snowdrops. Other locations include the Cathedral and Castlefields.
Sean says snowdrops are easy to grow at home.
They are easy to establish as long as you do it correct. So if you plant bulbs, you need to make sure that you've got bulbs that haven't dried out and you plant them early in the season. So September, if you leave it too late, then they may find it hard to flower in their first year.
As a tough little flower, Manchester may be seeing their little white friend for years to come. Hannah Smith, Quays TV News.
Now, on Wednesday, I had the pleasure of taking part in the Royal Television Society Awards Conference for the North West.
Now, the conference featured talks from industry experts from organisations such as the BBC and ITV. Visitors also had the opportunity to network with some big industry names. Our reporter Inzi Rashid went to find out more.
Crowds of industry experts, event organisers and budding students gathered in the foyer at Salford University on Wednesday for a special free media event with the Royal Television Society.
The collaboration between the School of Arts and Media and the RTS aims to give students the chance to hear industry experts about their work and experiences.
I love coming to days like this because, you know, when I'm meeting journalism and media students, I'm meeting the broadcasters and journalists of the future, and it's great to be able to talk to them a bit about my experience and find out from them what they want to do.
Media and journalism students from sixth form colleges, feeder schools and our very own university were in for a treat with a plethora of guest speakers on offer.
I think engaging with students, because fundamentally you are the journalists of tomorrow, is hugely important, and anything that we can do to help guide people, inspire the next generation of journalists is vitally important. Plus, let's be honest, the stars of tomorrow are coming out of the colleges of today, and if we can find those stars and get our hands on them early, then it can only benefit us in the future.
Sessions covered a range of TV genres, from children's media and animation to journalism, documentary and drama. It was clear that the event held at the Media City-based building gave aspiring students a strong insight to the industry. Pupils from Salford University were at hand to help out with the organisation of the event.
It's so important to make the contacts because obviously if you don't make the contacts you've got no way of getting in at all in the industry. So when you're being here, you might as well, you've got the opportunity, why not take it?
The prestigious event was not only a positive for the students, but gave an opportunity for professionals to see what the next generation has to offer. Inzi Rashid, Quays TV News.
Now Andy Watson is here with his What's On in Music. Now Andy, what do you have for us today?
The full lineup for this year's Parklife weekend has been announced. UK dance artists Disclosure and Rudimental are both headlining a jam-packed card. The festival's popularity has grown immensely since its humble beginnings in 2010. It's expected that over 100,000 festival goers will attend the event this year. Other artists include singer-songwriter Ben Howard, as well as a surprise announcement for 90s hip-hop legends Wu-Tang Clan. The event itself will take place at Manchester's Heaton Park on the 6th and 7th of June and will be a great start to this year's 2015 festival season.
Yeah, so when do the tickets go on sale?
I believe the tickets have already gone on sale, but I don't think they'll be on sale for long. They'll be selling out quickly. Yeah, but
Sounds like a good event.
oh, it's a really good card. Wu-Tang Clan, Fatboy Slim. It's a must go to this year. I hope I get to go.
Brilliant. Thanks, Andy.
Thank you.
Now, how many coffees would you normally get through during an hour in your favourite cafe?
Not a big coffee drinker.
More a tea person?
Yeah,
Fair
that's
enough.
a tea.
Well, if the answer's more than one, then there's a new venue that could make your caffeine addiction just a little bit cheaper.
Yeah, Bradley Harris has been to the new coffee shop where you pay by the minute.
Welcome to Zifferblatt, a brand new social space in the Northern Quarter and Manchester's first pay-as-you-stay coffee hangout. The idea is simple. Everything is free except for the time you spend there, because at Zifferblatt, time literally is money.
Zifferblatt is a shared sitting room, if you like, where you pay for the time that you spend here as opposed to what you consume. So we charge 5 pence per minute, and that's all. So all tea, coffee, food, biscuits, cake, fruit, cereal is free.
With drinks flowing freely, and with all the biscuits you can eat, you might expect the coffee to taste as cheap as the price. But if you take a sip yourself, you may well be in for a bit of a surprise.
The two things that we didn't want to skimp on was coffee and Wi-Fi, because, you know, they're key. The coffee is actually from a guy called Jamie, who runs the Ancoats Coffee Company, which is about a 5-minute walk that way. Yeah, Jamie's great, and the coffee is even though we say it, it's really good.
The space isn't just for coffee drinkers either. For all you avid gamers out there, Zifferblatt doesn't hold back. They've gone to town with all the classics, and you can even play a spot of chess on the side. So whether you're here for a meeting or just fancy chilling out on the sofa, you can't deny that this new social hub will certainly be something to Instagram about.
At only 5p a minute, I think it's going to take a while for me to get back to the studio. Bradley Harris, Quays TV News.
Now let's take a look at the sport with Matt McGladdery.
With the Rugby Football League's recent move to Salford Quays, Andy Riley took the opportunity to speak to Blake Solly about Sky Try.
The Sky Try is just a great concept. It's our version of Sky Ride. It's an opportunity. We're trying to get 700,000 people engaged with rugby league over the 7 years of the sponsorship. It's primarily targeted at primary school, but also secondary school, and embed the pathway. So, if you're a university student and you want to know more about it, go and visit the Sky Try website, and you know, there's plenty of opportunities for either volunteer or playing, but it's got the opportunity, I think, to transform the sport, to give us over 500,000 new players between 2015 and 2021 is great. And I think by the time we get to 2021, and it's been a huge success, the sport really will be transformed. Not only will Super League be a great competition, but the grassroots and all of the players that we need to feed the Super League will be there as well.
And Salford's rugby league team were in action last night, but it wasn't a happy ending for the Red Devils. They were thrashed 52-6 at home to St Helens, and their owner, Marwan Kukash, was quick to show his frustration, tweeting, "I've had enough." The Reds are next in action against Hull 2 weeks from today. That's it for your sport today. Join us next week for a roundup of the region's sport, and make sure you catch our brand new programme, Non-League Night, on Wednesday, where we'll have all the goals and analysis from around Greater Manchester.
Thanks, Matt. Now, most of us know that sometimes student accommodation isn't the most glamorous place to live.
That's right. It's cramped, cold, not much to keep you entertained, and don't even get me started on the flatmates.
But that might be about to change for students living in the centre of Manchester. Jamie Glover has more.
For hundreds of university goers in Manchester, the expectation of student accommodation is about to change as they swap dingy flats for something a little more luxurious. This luxury does come at a price, with rooms ranging between £139 and £168 per week. But is there really a demand for this kind of accommodation?
I think Manchester's such a hub for students from not just the UK but from across the world, that students are entitled and should be offered, you know, what the rest of kind of non-student population would like. So Lambert Fairfield House really does offer something for everyone. So there's plenty of study space, kind of business suites for doing university work, but in the downtime there's also lots to be done. Prodigy Living is all about community living, so we wanted to provide our residents with, you know, more than just kind of your study spaces, your business suites, give them entertainment as well. So there's a fitness suite, cinema room, bowling alley. It's all included in the price of the rent. So it's like fully comp really, everything's included. And to help with their kind of academic studies, kind of the relaxation we feel is important too.
Prodigy Living have spent £3.5 million refurbishing 2 accommodation blocks in the city centre, and after a stressful day of studying, there's plenty in the building to keep you entertained. You can work up a sweat in the gym, or you can shoot some pool. You can chill out and watch a film in the cinema, or you can even challenge your friends to a game of bowling.
This certainly seems like a very striking place to live. Jimmy Glover, Quays TV News.
Now, Valentine's Day is just one day away now. Many of you will be exchanging cards and gifts, and if you're a real romantic, maybe even some flowers and a fancy meal.
That's right, the Day of Romance dates back to the 5th century, originating from a historic Roman holiday, but is it all now just a little bit overrated? What do you guys think?
What do you reckon?
Wow. I'm against the whole thing.
I completely agree. I think if you love your girlfriend or your partner, you should show it all year round and not just one day.
But it's not one day of the year where you can really go all out. You can really
It's
just
only one
smash it
day.
out
Think
the
about
park.
it. One day.
No,
That's
it's
all you've
that
got to do.
One day of the year where you have to spend as much money as you can. It's a massive
It's
commercial
not. No,
thing.
there's loads of deals on. You can go out for your meal, like 2.
True.
Yeah, but it's especially us, we're students, and you
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
you've got.
You've got one day. You can do budget deals. Everyone does it.
I don't agree with it.
Not my girlfriend.
No. Someone who's agreeing with you. We've got Amanda Byram from Twitter. She says 2 ridiculous days in a row. We've got Friday the 13th and Valentine's Day. Obviously Friday the 13th being today. Save your money, walk under a ladder holding a black cat, and go for dinner tonight instead.
Well, Friday the 13th and Valentine's Day being close together, what do you reckon? Could it be quite unlucky?
It could be.
Unlucky for you? Have you got a date?
Well, it's unlucky for me because I don't have a date, but as I don't like Valentine's Day, I don't care.
Sat in with a Domino's or a Chinese.
That's all you need is enough, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys. Now, we've not had the best of weather over Media City this week, but Bethan Holmes is outside to give us your Friday first weekend forecast.
So for the rest of Friday, there'll be some slight cloud with a chance of showers of lows of 4 and highs of 8. Now moving on to the rest of the weekend, the sun will rise at 7:30 and set again at 5:20. There'll be a slight southwesterly breeze of around 15 miles per hour, so make sure you wrap up warm. Back to the studio.
Now, unfortunately, that's all we've got time for today, so thanks for joining us. The team are back at the same times next week, but if you can't wait till then, get onto the Facebook page.
And follow us on our Twitter. Enjoy your weekend, guys. Thanks very much. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye.